Ayana. Hi
Go ahead.
again. Woo.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So it's a bit dark. Let me see if we can lighten it up a little bit.
It has been a ride to get us right back to Instagram,
Yes.
but I think my Facebook live show is going to become an Instagram live show.
Oh yeah. Just give me a second. Let me turn on this light so we get more light.
No problem.
All right. This one instead. Ah. All
Do, do,
right.
do, 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 do. So what I'm going to
Light.
do
Give me
is
all that light.
I'm
And the
going
light, but
to,
doing all this much and light. Anyway, love, how you doing? So
I'm
good. We
doing
finally got to
great.
start.
Yes,
Woo!
going to, what I'm going to do is
Woo!
hallelujah. Because I can now save the video, I'm going to do the interview here and then I'm going to post it on Facebook because it was supposed to be a Facebook Live thing.
Correct.
Eh. So now I'm going to have to tell people to come on to Instagram. But that's
Yeah.
okay. What it means is that we're going to change the structure a little bit. So the audience
Okay.
participation, we're not going to worry about. We're just going to film it because I don't
Yeah.
have much followers here yet. So I'm going to film it. So if
Yeah.
you are watching this, you are going to be watching a pre-done interview. So it's no longer going to be live. We tried. We did, Ayana. We tried. We
We definitely
tried.
tried.
You can
We
see the
definitely tried.
clips. You can see the clips all over the J Show's Facebook page. I was originally on StreamYard. We were having a great time. But the sound gave trouble, and then this gave trouble, and that gave trouble, and so on and so forth. So
Mm-hmm.
we have decided to migrate to Instagram,
Correct.
and we're gonna have a lovely time over here. Let's
Yes.
get interview started.
Let's get it started.
Totally. So
Hey.
a more general chat. We had a more
Okay.
general chat yesterday where we were just talking about we talked about so many different things.
Yeah.
We talked about race and beauty and all of those different things.
Yeah.
And today we're just going to get to know Ayana one-on-one in a more intimate way. Yeah. So
Yes.
describe yourself in your own words.
Well, I am a recording artist.
Mm-hmm.
I am a songwriter,
Yes.
and as of 2020, a label owner officially.
An official labor on an
Right.
official label owner.
Music
Hi,
label owner.
9.016. So tell me about that. How does it feel to finally own a label? We touched on it yesterday. We touched on
Yeah.
it lately. But let's delve into it more. How does it feel to own a label?
It's a lot of work. I have to wear a lot of hats. Kind of like what you're doing
Okay.
now, starting a business,
Yes.
starting, something you've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I had told you before, I just registered the name, but, I didn't do anything official.
Yes.
There was a lot of things that I had to learn. So I gave
Like,
myself some
mm-hmm.
time, did some courses. And then I felt like this year, because, the COVID came into play. And, the job stopped because of the social distancing. And I said, this might be the opportunity for me to do what I've always wanted to do. So I really pushed hard. And right now, we're working on an album for myself. I released an album, and now we're on the second one for the year.
Wow.
And we're gonna try to get that one off the ground. The first official video under Live Blue Entertainment, in collaboration with Parachute Studios, we released that, and the Cash Flow video, Cash Flow Rocking With You video is now at 13,000 views. So we're very
Okay.
proud of that. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, we're finally getting there. We're finally getting there. We're moving, and that's something I'm really proud of. So everybody go over to YouTube and check it out. Cash Flow Rocking with You, Ayana John. Also, we are really pushing forward to getting facilities. I mean, expanding on our facilities so that we can, record. We've recorded artists before, but we want to get the experience, to be a lot bigger. So we're gonna push for that as well. So it's a learn. Even though I, in theory, have
Mm-hmm.
the experience, now this is the real test of whether it will work or it won't work.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can relate. I can really relate to that feeling because even with this show, there's so much that I'm learning and that I'm learning as I go along. Even with this whole interview, there is so much that
Yes.
I'm learning. And
Yeah.
so the home of the J show might just end up being on Instagram from some of the stuff that
Yeah.
I've
But
learned.
Instagram is fun. I love
Yeah.
Instagram, and yeah, it's very, very technologically up there, and you get to enjoy, and
Yeah.
it's going really easy right now. So
Yeah.
there's a possibility.
Yeah. Because I I I was in love with Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
In love with Facebook.
Ooh,
But you know what? Sometimes we have to let go and try different things for sure.
ooh.
For sure, for
Yes.
sure, for sure.
Yes.
Now, what was growing up like for you, Ayana? What was it like? A young Ayana John. How
Yeah.
was that?
Very difficult. I just
Mm.
felt like it was very hard for me to fit in. It still is that way, no, but I've embraced it. I know I don't care. I
Oh,
just feel like, yeah, I just felt like it was important for me to let that go. Whether you fit in or you don't fit in, it's important to take control of your life and really take command of it and be proud of who you are. And I think when that comes into play, then you will find that people who feel that way will probably gravitate towards you because they feel that way, and a friendship and friendships could definitely evolve. When you find like-minded people and you find people who are kind of experiencing life in the same way that you are, then there's a connection, there's a bond. And I have to say, like, I wouldn't say I have a huge amount of friends or a huge amount of connections, but the ones I have, I love, and I feel very, 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 very connected to. And we've had like, I've had a relationship with someone, who I consider my best friend, my producer Andy, and we've been working together for 6 years, and that
mm-hmm.
and that's a real, strong bond and connection that has lasted for six successive years. Andy started as a session keyboardist, and now he's a producer. That was something that I was able to develop over the years. And I've been with my fiance in December. That'll be 4 years that we've been together. So it's not about how many connections you have. It's about if they're long lasting,
I
and
can
that is what's most important.
I can relate and I can agree as someone who had a bit of trouble fitting in herself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel you. So what inspired you to start your singing career? And did your family support it?
Yeah, my family always supports me in everything that I do. I wouldn't say that they were like crazy, about having me do music and entertainment. I think if they had their way, they would have, wanted me to continue in mathematics and sciences and whatnot. But that was not where my heart was, and I figured I might as well make these mistakes if it wasn't meant to be when I'm younger, so that when I grow and I have kids and I get married, that I wouldn't have to take that negativity into those relationships, thinking that I never got to do the things that I wanted to do, whether I succeeded or I failed. I felt like it was important for me to explore that part. And then, if it didn't work, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. We'd move on. I'm still in that stage where I'm still waiting for that breakthrough. But I know that, when it happens, that I have done everything that I could, and I know that I definitely deserve it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Like to be honest, I don't think that many Bajan parents understand the value of the arts or media. So that's the typical story that we would hear repeated. Like, why do you want to be a
Yeah.
singer? Why do you want to pursue those things? But what I want to delve into is this whole math and science thing.
Yeah.
How did you? Because me and math have never been friends. So it
It
amazes me.
seems so. It seems that Bajans don't really. I can't speak for everyone, but it's not a very
Hmm.
popular choice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more like a lot of Bajans, I think, gravitate towards like literature, English, and that's fantastic when you're dealing with journalism and when you're dealing with mass communications, media,
Yeah.
whatnot. However, yeah, it seems that for the most part, maybe numbers is not a popular thing, but I enjoy it. I wasn't unnatural at it. It was something that I forced myself to like because I saw there was value in it,
Hmm.
and yeah, and I continue doing it.
So how do you feel about getting more girls to join the STEM fields like math and science and things like that?
I think
Do
this
you think
should.
it's something that we should encourage more?
Yeah, most definitely. I think like there's the human being is so many different things. You are so complex. You not only interested in sciences, you're interested in the entertainment, the arts. You can explore all those facets of yourself. You don't have to be just one thing. And I think even though you may have a natural ability to do something, it's really important to find out about different fields. It really helps open your mind, and that is very very important. Just as a human being, just to be open and receptive to different experiences, not just to be pigeonholed.
So do you believe that the way math is taught, do you think that math education in general is what
Right.
causes young people, and we're
Yeah, I
both females
think
here, so girls feel more deterred when it comes to math and science?
I think maybe how it's taught could be a
Hmm.
problem. Because
Hmm.
if like we've had this culture, like if a child doesn't understand concepts,
Hmm.
the teacher just hollers at them. I remember I was in third form and I didn't understand the pentagon, was it? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a hexagon, a pentagon. I didn't understand how to work that out. Like the concept just wasn't coming to me fast enough, and my teacher at the time, he embarrassed me in front of the class, and he was like really overdoing it, and then kind of giving congrats to the students that understood. And that's not how you
Wow.
deal with students.
No,
If
of
somebody
course not.
doesn't understand something, yeah, if somebody doesn't grasp the concept of something, then it is your duty as a teacher to have them stay after the class and try to explain the concepts. And I have to, my hats off to Mr. Cadogan, who taught at Harrison College. He actually ignited my
Love of math.
love of maths. Yeah, he was very patient with me. He said, Ayana, just breathe. He said,
Hmm.
just take your time. He said, you can understand it, but you have to go through all of the steps. You can't skip steps.
Yes.
And through his help, I saw a massive increase in marks. Just because he took that time to explain to me, just take your time. But the
I
other
find.
teachers,
Hmm.
yeah,
I'll finish your
yeah,
point.
but Yeah, but the other teacher, his way was to holler and embarrass. And when you embarrass someone, you turn them off. It's like, I ain't doing that because I don't want to get embarrassed.
Correct.
Yeah.
I find that our math teachers are not taught well enough so that they can truly handle the students.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because it's such a rarity for people
Yeah.
to be good at math, or for people, especially within like Barbados, to
Yeah.
be interested in math, it's like
Yeah.
sometimes you find people who are just good at math but are not effective in teaching.
Oh
So I
yeah.
find that that's a major thing. And
Oh
I
yeah.
myself, I need to get my math together, girl. So one thing at a time. It's
Yeah.
conquering this show, and then for sure conquering maths.
Math. Yeah, and you know it's good to just take it easy, and like Mr. Cadogan would say, just go through the steps. Don't
Exactly.
skip steps. Try to understand step by step that whole process, and it will stick with you forever. If you just try to copy things and put them on and just it will never stick. You'll just learn the concept for the time being, and then you'll forget it.
Understood.
Yeah.
I understand. So would you ever teach math? That's an interesting question right there.
I had applied to teach at a couple schools, but I never heard back from any of
Oh,
them. I
so
would do it. Yeah.
you could have been
Yeah, I
teaching
would
me.
do that.
I think I would have loved that. I really would have. Because I, like you, have had some math teachers who, I had one math teacher that she tried. Shouts out to Miss Lucas. She tried, but I think I had terrible math anxiety. Terrible math
Okay.
anxiety. I would cry in math class, like
What?
tears, because the numbers look like gibberish to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
As easy as I can speak, it was
Yeah.
like more challenging to understand math. So I salute her for the effort, because I knew that had to be difficult on her end.
Yeah.
But man, shouts out to all the math teachers out there.
Yeah. It's hard to teach, but I think, if people were more understanding and they were open to just explaining the concepts, not everybody is made for that. People have talents in specific areas, but to have a basic
Exactly.
understanding of it, that's extremely important.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely important.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you describe your personal sound as?
I would say, because I started in that reggae fusion, that was really what brought me to public attention, that reggae fusion style.
Yeah.
But then over time, a lot of people said, you kind of have that Caribbean element, but you are very pop in terms of visuals. Like I would get calls from the States and whatnot and say, oh, you're pop. I was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't quite say that, but
Yeah.
if that's what you think, that's cool too.
I can understand it though, because they
yeah.
call her Ayana pop, and she
Yeah,
also
exactly.
has that Caribbean fusion element going on.
Exactly.
A genre of music that
Yes.
you could attempt, other than pop, other than Caribbean fusion, what would it be? For me, it would be jazz. So what would
It would
yours?
be.
Jazz.
Sorry, what would yours be? Jazz.
Jazz.
I like jazz.
Uh-huh.
I like jazz. I don't love jazz.
I feel like it.
Rock. Yeah, jazz music is cool. There's certain cuts, and there's certain people that I like to see perform. For example, CC. She's a great performer. I would love to see her live in concert.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
CC. Yeah. I definitely saw her perform at the music awards, and she was amazing. So I would like to see her perform live.
And my mother loved Rosemary Allen.
Yes, Rosemary Allen is great as well. She's excellent. Yes,
hello,
she's excellent.
Photo Boss.
Photo Boss, Paul.
Hi.
Paul in the building.
Yes. So for
So,
any,
in terms, sorry, Sarah, I was gonna finish your question. In terms of another genre, I like alternative rock music, that kind of laid back, chill kind of vibe.
so
I
we're
really like that
talking like
style.
Coldplay, we're talking
Yeah.
Snow Patrol,
Oh
we
God, I love those. I love
Paramore.
them. I
I
love
love,
them. I
I,
love
I,
them.
I would, when I listened to Rocking With You, I heard some elements of that within
Yeah.
the song actually. And I still have
Oh,
it here.
definitely.
So if we
Yes.
play a sample of the audio, we could see that those elements exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that music, yo.
You can hear it. You can hear it in your tone.
Yeah.
That
Listen, that is my like. I don't believe in this white music, black music thing. I just
no, no, no.
believe in, yeah, I believe in music. All right, so I don't have time to be think, to be
To put music in a box.
entertaining that. Yeah, man, I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be entertaining that.
Yes.
So yeah, I've always been like that. I've always like when it came up, a lot of my friends at the time, we were interested in Natalie and Brulia. Torn, we were
Oh
interested.
yes.
Yes, we love all that. All that music was fire. So, but like personal friends, like Alex Cummings, he's a guitarist. He played with the group Garlex, Garvey and Alex, and
Okay.
he
I need to
always
hear
said,
Scarlett's. Scarlett's.
yes, Garlex, and he always said, Ayana girl, you write alternative music, and then it's produced.
With
However,
the
but
more
he's yeah,
sounds.
you definitely write
Yeah.
alternative
I
music.
cause I've heard it too. Yeah, I've
Yes,
heard it.
and I was like, oh,
I now that you've mentioned this whole thing that people like to do in terms of dividing music into races, it's very interesting because it's actually black people who started the whole genre of
rock music and
rock
jazz.
music and jazz, and those
Yeah.
genres. They
Yep,
they were the originators. If you look at Little Richard.
yep, yep. And people don't give him his flowers. Well, he's passed. So,
Little Rudy,
but
oh
definitely
Rudy,
that rock and roll. They always say, they always say that Ike Turner is the one that started rock and roll,
yeah, but
and that they don't give him his
I,
props.
I would give it to Little Richard though. I think Little Richard came out even before Ike Turner. Or they probably came out. No, I
Oh
think
yeah,
they were all
maybe.
probably at the same time. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe. It can be Ike
yeah.
Cats. Yeah, music girl. The Ike Cats. I've checked up on those things. And that leads perfectly into the next more official structured question that I have, which is
Yeah.
favorite musicians.
Favorite
Favorite
musicians. I really got into music because I loved Lauryn Hill, and
Oh,
yeah, so my love of like reggae fusion started with her,
the
and I really
miseducation of
love, yeah, and I really love the band No Doubt.
with Gwen Stefani.
Yes,
And
that's right.
her songs like Don't Speak. They had some new songs this year, like Get It. Well, not this year. I would have to go back to like 2013, 12 around that time when they
Oh
had
yeah,
that song. No one can stop it. I want you to hold on. Get. And they sang
yes,
ska. They sang some
yes, ska music, ska
mhm,
punk.
ska punk.
So
I
yeah,
I love punk rock as well. I just like to watch the people get all into it. Like, what is
yeah,
it? There's a song by and now those teenagers did the living da 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 da. Like they have so much fun. I think that music is so broad and expressive that we should have fun with it.
yeah,
Have fun and
yeah,
step outside of the box. So that's
yep,
Lauren Hill's
yep.
one. It's favorite musicians, so plural. So
Yeah.
who else
It
besides
is,
Lauren?
yeah, just open your mind. Open your mind. Yeah, I've never been like that. I don't see no black music or white music or Asian
Exactly.
music. Just music. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it,
So aside from Lauren Hill, because the question said musicians, and I'm sticking to that.
Yeah.
Woo! Another one, at least two more favorite musicians.
Let me see. In terms of influential, we got Lauryn Hill, we got No
Mm-hmm.
Doubt. I talking like, I mean, honestly, those are the most influential.
No doubt, and
I
no doubt, and
always
you can hear it
hearken.
in your music.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I always hearken to them.
Hello.
In terms of influential right now, I can't really pick anybody. I don't know, man.
You're not sure.
But those two definitely. Yeah.
Any favorite, because you've performed in so many places. There are people that might not know this, but Ayana John has been in the music industry for approximately, let's see, 16 years, almost 14, 16, 15, in that range of years. So
Yeah. I had my
where,
first song radio at 19. So I always
yeah,
count from my first radio. So I'm 34 now.
mhm,
15 years.
15
Yeah, because I
years.
wasn't into music. Yeah, I really wasn't into music before then. It's just that people would just push me and push me. Man, go and
Uh,
record, man.
aren't
Go
we
and cut
glad
this
that they
record, man.
did? Aren't we glad that they did? So
Yeah, thank you.
what are some of your favorite performances from over the years?
Oh, my personal or from another
Your
artist.
It could be your personal,
Okay,
performances
yeah.
and your favorite performances from other artists as well.
Well, my favorite performance is, I would say, 2017 at the Carifesta opening ceremony.
Hmm.
And in terms of another artist performance, I don't know if you are aware of the artist Tinashe.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Tinashe
Well,
is
I saw
criminally
her.
underrated. Criminally
Listen,
underrated.
listen. I saw her perform on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Hmm.
I was like, these girls ain't got nothing for this girl.
She
This girl is
has.
so fierce,
She
right?
reminds me so much of Ciara.
Oh my God.
She really
Let me tell you
does.
something. That girl went on the Jimmy Fallon show and whooped behind.
Some good butt. Hmm.
I was like, nah. All these girls ain't bringing it like this girl.
Because she has a whole package. I mean, she sings, she dances, she produces her own music as well. I
Mm-hmm.
just think that RCA
Yeah.
RCA didn't quite know what to do with Tinashe. They tried to push her into this pop lane that didn't really
Yeah.
work for her. And also, I think her bashing Rihanna at one point and Beyonce, that probably didn't help her much either because it
Yeah.
gave a bad impression. I mean, I remember one time Chris Brown saying that he was in the industry for a while and he could tell that she would end up in some problems. He didn't say it
Oh.
in that nice of a way, but he was onto something. And unfortunately, because he's her label mate, unfortunately he was onto something. But now she's having a lot of success as an independent
Oh yeah.
artist.
As an independent artist,
So
that's right.
I think sometimes independent is the way to go. Another
Yeah.
question comes to mind. What is your songwriting process? How do you write your songs?
Um, in terms of my songwriting process, sometimes they come quick, sometimes it takes a while. Like
Yeah.
I gotta come up with a hook first. And there's been times where I've had a hook in my head for 4 years. I had a
Whoa.
hook. I had a hook that I had in my brain for 4 years, and I only just got
Oh,
the hook
yes.
and the pre-chorus done, so I can add it, so they all come together. It sounds like that. Sometimes they come, but I have to get the hook first.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get it first, and then everything will fall into place around that hook. So as I said, there are times where the hook comes and the rest of the song doesn't come, and then there are times where it goes smooth. So that's like I had a girl that had songs that I had hooks in my head for, and it's been like 4 years that I just couldn't come up with the right marriage with a verse. So like myself and my producer Andy, man, we have so many songs just sitting down there just chilling, 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 chilling. So we just work on them when it's time to go in the folder. So all right, we can work on
Mm-hmm.
this one, finish
We just
this
released
one,
some.
yeah,
So,
finish this
so
one.
I heard one of my favorite new artists is Sweetie. I don't know if you've heard
All
of
right,
Sweetie, but I
yeah,
heard her say that she has a habit of holding on to songs. It sounds like you might
right,
have that habit to, of holding on to this special one and not wanting to
yeah,
let it go until the right time. So you like the
yeah,
songs to ripen, as it were, to be just
yeah. I
age
wouldn't
like
even
one.
say so. If I feel a song is a hit, I
You release it.
cut the record. But
Hmm.
if something is wrong, if I feel like something is missing, I will not record the song. It has to take a little time, and then it clicks, and then we're able to record the song.
It has to be something within the soul, like something that
Yes,
just
the structure, the vibe, the melody, everything has to come together. If it doesn't come together, then I will not waste my time, because that's just a waste of time. You're gonna put out a substandard, you're gonna put out something that you're not proud of,
yeah.
and then it'll be out. And then people always say, "Oh, you can re-release," but when a song is out, is out. You will go like do some massive restructuring in order to get people to really pay renewed attention to that song.
Yeah, music is an
Yeah,
art. I mean, it's not like a
yeah,
live show because with this show, um,
yeah,
we went from StreamYard to Facebook to Instagram, and you
yep,
could document the process
yeah,
and
man,
then release the full first official episode onto onto IGTV and onto Facebook, and people would
yeah,
accept that as okay, it's a part of the process. She's learning, and it will cause them
hmm,
to connect more with the show because it's like okay, she's a real, genuine person who is trying to
yep,
do it all by herself. But
yeah,
with a
yeah,
song, if the song doesn't hit, it doesn't hit, and
hmm,
people
hmm.
always remember the first song. They don't forget it.
Done,
They
done,
don't
done,
forget
done,
it.
done, done.
Done. It's done.
Yep.
So let's talk deputies chairing cost gap.
Okay.
Deputy chair of cost gap. That
Yeah.
sounds like a very big title. Explain to me for 10 points what
Hmm.
that really means.
The deputy chair, well, they're the board of directors, and the decisions are made in terms of budgeting, membership programs. There are different decisions that have to be made on tariffs.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I know that in the time of COVID, you have to have a kind of a rethinking of the pricing of
Yeah.
um, of offices that use music in their foyers, and there has to be a reduction in those prices in order to accommodate the COVID. And it's very important. Like cost cap is the aggregator to get artists paid, right?
Yes.
And some of the issues, I mean, that I've seen for myself, because I know people will have issues, but like some artists don't really register their works, so they won't see money coming in for a song if you don't register on the BMAT system, which is available at cost cap. And
Let's
some
explain
people,
this DMAX system because I'm
yeah,
now hearing about all these things, and I would like a music career at some point myself. So,
yes,
what is
yes.
this DMAX system and how does it work?
Well, it's important to upload your music to the BMAT system because it is a process where they can identify your songs playing on radio, and
Okay,
that's it throughout the world. So they can
understood.
basically, yeah, they have like kind of a log of where your song is playing, so you can be paid. But if you
Hmm.
don't have it on the system, then it can't identify your song, so you're not gonna get paid. So some artists who have songs who are properly registered, then they make good money. And there's some artists who do not register their songs, and hence they don't really see what they expect to see. But sometimes it's a situation where the song hasn't been registered, so it's not on the radar, right?
Yeah. So
Yes, exactly.
it's very important then for artists to take their business seriously and
Oh
make
yeah.
sure that they're registered, so that, because I think the problem is that when it comes to music in Barbados, people see it as such a hobby, as a
Hmm.
hobby activity. So you don't really lock it down. You don't really go through the steps to get
Yes.
your paper. Paper,
Yep.
paper, paper, paper. That's an Ayana John reference, if you didn't know. They don't really take the steps to get the paper,
Hmm. Hmm.
because if I wasn't able to talk with you, I probably wouldn't even know, as a
Yes.
potential new artist myself, that
Oh
there
yeah.
was a system that I need to register to. And I think a lot of establishments don't even understand the importance of cost gap and how it helps Bajan artists.
Hmm.
Because hearing you talk
Yeah.
about it kind of sounds like the RIAA over there in the US that
That's right.
monitors the sale of music. So I'm glad you're here to like explain these things.
Oh yeah.
So it's very important, I guess, for establishments to make sure they get that cost gap license and everything, so that every time a song is
Yeah.
played, they get
Yes.
their money.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. I take it seriously. Because I even
Hmm.
know some award-winning songwriters, like for example that issue with Shaft, where he gave Nikita a song and it really belonged to an artist in the UK, a Bajan artist in the UK, Desire.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
So there was no like, people make mistakes all the time, but this one kind of showed that, in terms of the logging process,
Wait.
those kind of mistakes
uh,
can happen. Yeah, those kind of mistakes can happen, that you can end up giving multiple artists the same song if you
I'm
don't have
trying.
your songs uh-huh,
I'm trying to.
registered
Wait, 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 wait. Oh, same way.
same
Same way
way.
was the song, and I
Exactly.
remember. I can now remember the debate that went on.
Yeah.
Oh, with some people thinking that Nikita had the better song. Um,
Yes. Yes.
I think, I'm not gonna lie, her production was probably better. Her production was a bit better.
She was
Um,
working. Yeah, she definitely was. Well, you see, my thing about it is there's musical integrity, and you
yeah.
have to
So you
remember that these
don't
are
play the song.
relationships. Yeah, these are
Yeah,
relationships that you're building. So,
yeah,
whether you think someone's version of a song is better or not,
yeah. It
it
still isn't
is
right.
it's important, yeah, to understand those long lasting relationships. You could really piss off someone, and then you don't know if that person becomes a huge star. And then when
And
it's time, and then you. Mhm.
it's off, it kind of puts them in competition, if
Or
you think of it, because then Desire probably never wanted to be in competition with Nikita, but no,
yeah, exactly,
because
exactly.
of the situation, she finds herself competing. She finds herself in an environment now where she has to be like kind of
Yeah,
questioning. Oh,
because
we
it
have
really
some
had me
people.
pissed off, right? It really had me pissed off that people were kind of saying, "Oh well, she's better, she sounds better," but that's not the point.
Yeah, and
The
Desire probably
point
paid a lot for the
is
song to be written
is that yes, Desire paid to
for the song to be written.
license the song, and and all of a sudden somebody else that would get me real hot. That was the situation with Chantal and Allison. Chantal wrote the lyrics to Roll, and then I think she licensed those lyrics to
To Alison Hayes.
SRP.
SRP. Mm-hmm.
To SRP, yeah, which had the Jamaican group J Status, and it was used in the J Status song.
I remember
And
that with Chantel
yes,
and Rihanna and Gia
that's
Status.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And because of that, then you find I don't think there's a big blow up or a big issue about that. But the music industry is one face and another face.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have friends in the music industry.
No, you don't.
Okay? You don't have friends. you have people with integrity and people with no
And
integrity.
you're in competition because it's hard to
Yes,
enter. It's hard to enter, and then to actually monetize it becomes even harder. So I had a
exactly.
game planned.
Yes.
We can actually do one of the games that I had originally planned because it's 10 random questions in 5 minutes. So
Mm.
we can still do this one. Yes.
What? What?
Yes. 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 We probably can't do the fan. We probably can't do the fan games because
Okay.
we didn't get to, but 10 random questions in 5 minutes. Breadfruit or cuckoo?
Coco,
Cuckoo. Septuagint or
love it.
glucerna?
Say again.
Septuagint or glucerna?
Supplement.
Vans or buses?
Buses.
Buses. Apples or mangoes?
Apples.
City or country?
Country.
London or New York?
London.
Volleyball or netball?
Volleyball.
Elmo or Barney?
Barney.
What?
Okay.
Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
I was a Cartoon Network freak. So Cartoon Network.
Long jump or hurdles?
Long jump. Hurdles. Hell no.
I am intrigued that you said Barney over Elmo because I love the color purple. The
I
color
love
purple
purple.
I like.
Yeah.
But Barney, all right. Barney was okay for me. It was but it to me it never competed with the masterpiece that is Sesame Street. 50 years on the air and still
Woo!
going. Where is Barney? Where is Barney at? Like
I didn't mind Barney, man. Listen, I used to watch Barney every morning. They used to play Barney every morning, and we used to be locked down to our chairs. Like Barney, I mean, listen, you heard a lot of crap about Barney, and Barney was messing with little kids and all that there. I know all that there, right? But
you heard the same thing about Elmo as well.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, you hear what you hear, but I know, like, yeah, I used to watch Sesame Street, but every morning I always remember watching Barney.
Well, I guess the reason I'm so connected with Sesame Street is that my mother used to tape Sesame Street episodes just for me. I was a Sesame Street fanatic from then. So now I have always wanted to act on Sesame Street. Like, I think I could be an actor on Sesame Street. Yeah, and
girl.
I have a crush on one of the characters from Sesame Street, Chris. He's a new one. He's a new one, but I think he's cute. And I like the way he fits. He's a human character. He's a
human character. You are a Sesame Street freak. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. But don't worry, girl. Just get it out. Just get it out, girl.
So you mentioned that Cartoon Network was the network for you.
Yeah, girl.
Network show. What's your favorite?
I used to watch a lot of Dexter. Oh my gosh, I was obsessed with Dexter. I used to watch a lot of Dexter. That's right. There were a couple stupid cartoons, but yeah, there were a couple silly ones in between. But I used to watch the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yes, yes.
Girls. I used to be freaky about the Powerpuff Girls, but yeah, but me and my brother used to be glued to that boy. My brother and I used to be like, and there was this. Oh my gosh, there was another cartoon that like I had a marathon. It wasn't Sonic the Hedgehog. It was another one, man. It was a cat, but like this rough looking cat that used to be on like motorbikes and stuff. I can't remember, man. Someone gonna call it though. But I remember I marathon.
Pit Stop. And I know Penelope Pitstop is a character in a racing show with all of these wacky characters that come to wacky races. Yes. Are we talking about this? Right. I love that show. It is some good laughs. I'm telling you, especially when it goes.
Oh my God.
You mentioned while we were talking just now that you used to act. I scoured your Instagram and I found that little picture of you and your brother acting. So how was acting for you?
I love acting. Acting is my first love, and I will do it again. I really wanna take. I would definitely act. You ain't gonna ask me twice. So my first two passions, acting and dancing. Those are my
Ah,
first two passions. It was acting
so,
first, then I got
uh-huh.
heavily into dancing, and then singing came after. And singing came by accident because I was not really into it
A singer.
like
Okay.
that. Yeah, I
So
wasn't
we,
really into it like that. Yeah.
so Miss Ayana John is a triple. I'm trying to say that word without biting my tongue.
Triple threat.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
a
I
triple
actually
threat.
brought back my dancing in the video Cash Flow Rocking With You. I did
I
Indian
saw it.
dance
Yeah,
professionally. Yes, I
yeah.
did that I did that professionally I started
Indian
at 9 years
dancing.
old. Yeah, Indian
Okay.
dance. Yeah. So I started that professionally. I started to get into it around 9 years old. Was it nine? Yeah, no, 11. I was 11 at the time. I was acting at like 9 years old, doing pantomimes and whatnot. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really love that. If I ever got the opportunity, I would. eh, This is how my process is. I want to have international hits, but given the opportunity to do acting,
You
I
would
would choose
act.
acting. I would act without a doubt.
I
Without a
would
doubt.
love to act too. Like I
Yeah.
did theater arts at school.
Yeah.
So I can actually write plays if I really
Yeah.
wanted to. My theater arts teacher, the wonderful Miss Claire Lucas, no, she was Miss Claire King. She's a person that had a lot of impact on my life. Um,
Wow.
a lot of impact on me at Aline as well. But all of the teachers at Aline were excellent to me though. I big up to the
Wow.
Aline school, Aline Small City,
Wow.
class of
Wow.
2014 graduating. Um,
Well,
they really what I liked about Aline is that they really took the time to shape and mold the students. They really cared
yeah.
about each and every student, and you could tell
Yeah.
in the way that they treated you. I really appreciated that. But she was upset with me actually for not pursuing acting further when I finished school.
Wow.
This is not a natural talent. She did. I was scared though. I applied. I applied to
Yeah.
be more than once to do theater, but I got cold feet. I got scared because
Wow.
I didn't think that pursuing the arts was a sensible path. But look at me now. Look at me
Yeah.
now. I am some way pursuing both media and the arts, and I believe that you can get back into acting, girl. We could probably act together. How about that?
Yes, girl.
But what is the perfect role for you? What would the perfect role for Ayana John be? The perfect acting.
Um, a woman that don't take no mess.
Mm.
That'd be a perfect role for me.
So someone who's sassy, independent, and all of that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't really subscribe to all that. My life is fuller now that I'm yeah. That independent woman thing is great. I think women
But
should be
having a
independent.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think women should be independent. I think that goes without saying. If you have to say that you're independent, then they're not independent.
Yeah, having 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 a supportive partner helps.
Yeah, having a
Yeah, I
supportive
know
partner and having
because
your own things make you a more desirable partner.
yeah,
Like having
because
a
my
partner
part
that's
is
always.
somewhere down in these comments. He's
Hmm.
so sweet. These are this is his headset that he lent me. He's he's
Wow.
he's the love of my life. He's such a wonderful guy, all around
Wow.
awesome person. And having him
Wow.
around helps. It really does. It really, really does.
Yeah.
When I feel down and out and I'm hard on myself, he's my rock. He
Hmm.
is my
That's
rock. He is.
wonderful.
I can't say a bad word about him. I can't say
Yeah.
a bad word because I think sometimes this whole mentality that Black women especially give themselves of not wanting to appear as weak or docile, it
Yeah.
harms us more than it helps us.
Yeah. Exactly.
He deserves to be. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna stretch out and turn on this light.
Okay.
Good. Good. Yes. Because we have to make sure that the lighting remains good. Yesterday, the lighting wasn't as but we've had on point lighting all day today.
Wow.
But yes, this interview is so much fun, you know. And what I like about this is that yesterday we chatted, and I'm gonna put that interview up as well.
Yes.
You did send it to me. You did send it, but I could have to save it to my phone so that I could then post it onto Facebook. So what we might have to do,
share it.
I would love to share it. Yeah. So I think what we can do is that if you could send it to the DMs of this page, I'm going to see if I can share it. So my audience is going to actually end up with a 2-part interview with Ayana John. How about that? How about that? Instead of
I think more like 3.
Yes.
I think more like 3. Because remember, we had the last one, then we had restarted.
Yes, you get a 3-part Ayana John series here on the J. So you see how God works. Like I am a firm believer in God, and I'm a very spiritual person, and all things happen for a reason, because this show was supposed to be airing on Facebook right now. And it might have gotten more viewers had it been there directly. But doing it this way means that they get even more goodness when I do manage to post it. So that's just a note to say, guys. So anyone watching right now, and to those who will be watching this when I post it to the Facebook page, to my personal page, to Ayana's page and everything, God has a reason for everything. God has a reason for everything. If something isn't working out the way you plan, it's because God has something way better in store for you. Like, look, Ayana did not intend to be a singer. And look at her now, 15 years in the game, fantastic songs. You know, we might not be able to do the sing-along game, but we could still do some Ayana Oki, you know. We could still do some Ayana Oki. Some Ayana Oki. I have the lyrics here. Let me just check. For all those who might be wondering why I'm staring off, my laptop is next to me. I am the host. I am the promoter. I am the producer of this shit, okay? So I'm going to look in different directions so that we can get the content that you desire. And I'm sure that in day-to-day running of your label, it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's a lot of work, and it's always good to have help. I have help. I have 3 people that I work with. And they're a lot of help. They take a lot of stress
off of you.
Me. Yeah, there's certain things that I'm not doing. So I say, you know what, I can't do this, but I know that you can. So, you know, so it really...
Right now you are the only artist on the label. But what would your ideal artist be? Like, if you had to find an artist and sign an artist to
LBG.
Little Boy Blue?
Oh, no, it's Light Blue Entertainment, LBE.
Light Blue Entertainment, right?
Yeah.
What's something you see? I was on track somewhere along the line. If you had to find the ideal artist to sign to Light Blue Entertainment, what would he or she look like, and what talents would they have?
Age doesn't matter. Yeah, age doesn't matter to me. Mm-hmm. That's not important. I worry about commitment. I cannot work with people who are not reliable.
Understood.
I can't do it. I don't mind if people don't have, a top-notch talent when I meet them, but if they're willing to work hard and do the necessary work, I think that's worth it. Yeah, most definitely.
You can, with hard work, you can make a so-so talent become an incredible one. But if talent doesn't want to work hard, it will always be so-so.
Yeah, that is a waste of time. It's a waste of resources, because you put so much energy and investment into someone who's not taking it seriously.
Yes.
And I want the people to take it seriously. So, Yeah, so someone who shows a level of commitment and a level of hustle, always putting out content, always, pushing their brand. Somebody who has a sense of self, who
Yeah.
knows who they are, who's not, susceptible to jumping on trends just because it's to jump on a trend. If a trend is cool, cool. And if it works and it works for them and it works for their brand, cool. But, some people are so sporadic. Like all of a
Right.
sudden a trend comes out and they're on it. Like for example, like I there are a lot of Bajans on TikTok who do very well. I just didn't think TikTok was for me, so I
Right.
decided not to join TikTok.
TikTok.
And with all due respect, yeah, exactly. Like it just gotta work for
Because
you.
because you need to be you.
Yeah, exactly. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you.
You need to be
Yeah,
you. I'm
yeah.
certain that, and one of my favorite artists is Chris Brown. So I'm sure because people say that there are a lot of Chris Browns out there, but there's
Mm,
something that's unique. There's a branding that he has that
yes,
is unique. There's a voice that he has that is
yes.
unique.
Very unique.
So
Yep.
you know who it is. There might be
Yep.
people who sound because my light started to now get trouble at this 5 p.m. Oh no, no, no. We must have good lights. Because there are some people who might sound similar, but
Yeah.
they're not the same, you know.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that what people don't understand about pop music and what makes a pop star or makes
Yeah.
a good entertainer isn't always a balladier's voice,
Mhm.
but it is
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
person, it's the whole package. Like Britney Spears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Britney,
Definitely. I mean, listen, I love Britney, girl.
I love Britney
I
too.
I
Oh baby,
I
baby,
Britney
yeah.
is baddest that ever did it.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And
People
whatever
underestimate Britney.
singing voice, whatever. I see Britney as an entertainer. So like
Correct.
I consider her and Janet Jackson top female
Entertainment.
per, top female dancers in
Mm-hmm.
entertainment.
And we
Um,
can't leave Ciara out of that equation, man. I
I'm
can't
a
leave out
girl.
Ciara.
I'm a girl. Ciara is a close third.
Close third. Yep.
The toss
Mm-hmm.
up is Brittany, Janet
Ciara.
is alternate for me,
Mm-hmm.
and Ciara's a close third.
Yeah,
But Brittany
because
or Janet, that's the two
what people
baddest.
understand is that you don't have to, because I consider Chris Brown to be a dancer singer. He's a
Yeah,
dancer singer to me. When I think
yeah,
Chris he can sing, but I think dance first.
yeah,
And
man,
people
yeah, man.
don't give him the credit for, like, when I see all these fellas and stuff coming up, feeling all cool with all these dance. Well, that's what Chris Brown did already, though. He did it
Yeah,
already. He
yeah,
did it
man.
better
Chris
too.
Brown to me, as I told
He,
you previously, I think Chris Brown is the closest
so yeah,
to Michael Jackson of
we
our
can't
of our era.
underestimate Bruno Mars, but I think Bruno
Yeah,
has
he's an
his
excellent
own.
performer. Woo.
He has his own. So if let's say, because I want a music career, so walk me through the stages. I brag.
Yeah,
I ain't got no money to really
yeah.
pay for no recordings or whatever, but I have the raw talent and I want to be a part of Live Blue Entertainment. So
Mm.
how would the music you go? I brag.
Um,
I brag. Do
what
I
we
have
get?
to investment
Yeah.
money first, or
I'm sorry.
are you willing to
Do you have
invest?
to?
Do I have
Oh,
to have the investment money first as the artist, or are you willing to invest if you find someone who's serious enough? And then how would that process go?
yeah. I would do so. I think like Blue Entertainment is at the stage where we need to generate a big set of money. Hence the reason why I put myself as an artist on the chopping block.
Yeah.
I want to be able to take, the money that I generate and do future endeavors with the company so that when I have an artist, you see, the worst thing that I want to happen is to have someone and not have the resources to take them to the next level.
Yeah.
Like that's just a horrible thing.
Oh
For you
my
to have some,
goodness.
yeah,
I
it's a
can see
horrible
the
thing. It's just
clock is ticking. So I'm gonna end this here and then we're gonna finish.
okay. All right. You see it there? It's
Mm-hmm.
it's it's gonna conk out like just now, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna